TikTok is the one, in my opinion, who ruined social media as it is, because it no longer is about fostering a community and catering to that community. It is literally volume and consistency. 1 out of every 40 is guaranteed to go viral by the platform because they want to hook you. They want to keep you addicted. They want to keep you making content because that keeps eyeballs on their platform, and that allows them to prove to advertisers that they have this many eyeballs every day and therefore can charge this much for this many impressions. And it's all just to make money.
Are we just getting slot machined?
Yes.
Holy shit, I've never thought of it that way. Welcome to That One Time with Adam Metwally, the podcast bridging the gap between health, hustle, and happiness. We are at Thursday Lab Studio in Venice, Los Angeles, and I'm with Blake Weber, formerly known as Aristotle Georgeson. Blake is the voice inside your head if your head was filled with vape smoke and bad decisions. He is the internet's favorite narrator, the vape god himself, and with over 2.6 million followers, you may know him for his viral content voiceovers of The Bachelor, his legendary dubs of Public Freakouts, and embodying everything we love and hate about Los Angeles influencer culture. Recently, he's found a passion for DJing across the United States, and his latest content series is of the Blue Aliens, Grick and Carl, who run an Alien Bro podcast exploring the human condition. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Describe Blake Weber to us. Is he a character, or is that just who you are now?
That's so funny. I would say it's kind of the most heightened, ridiculous version of me. If I were to have undying, blind confidence in everything that I did, without believing that I could ever fail at anything. Even in the moments of utter failure, Blake is still like, nah, dude, everything's fine. I'm going to keep killing it, dude. So yeah, it's definitely a separate persona. But I feel like it's obviously in me, you know,
somewhere.
I don't know how, I don't know where or why, but it's there.
You've dubbed people crying on reality TV.
That's true. Yeah.
Did anyone from The Bachelor or Love Island get mad and come after you for making fun of them?
Actually, no. Everyone has always been like really cool about it and like laughed it off or just ignored it. So I will say, I feel like, especially when I was really pumping out a lot of voiceover content, it was very much like people, especially internet creators, and like, you know, a lot of the people that I did were people that were disliked heavily on the internet. A lot of people looked at it as like an honor to be voiced over by me. So I thought that was interesting. Very early on, Chris Brown reached out for me to voice him over, and I was just like, yeah, but you're cool. Like, why would I voice over you, dude? I want people that like, you know, they're very polarizing. That's kind of what I was.
You could have polarized Chris Brown if you tried.
Yeah, I mean, he is a polarizing figure. You know, there's some things in the past there that we are very bad and polarizing. But as a whole, like, I don't feel like he does or speaks out in a way that's like cringe and like you're looking at it like, is this for real? Is this real? This is a real person. Those were the people that I was always looking for when I was doing voiceovers.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
What's your secret to the perfect voiceover?
It's got to be accurate. The mouth has to move at the same time as the words. You know, I see a lot of people that have followed suit in the format, and they'll dub it in a way where the mouth is saying this, but the voice is not moving at the same time as the mouth, and it's got to be the same. That's my most important thing. Background noise, very important. People forget that there's always noise actually happening, so I always add white noise or an environment. And then also depends on what you're doing. If you're doing like a bad lip reading or if you're doing like word for word, your mouth has to move in the same way as their mouth, in my opinion, in order for it to look like that's what they're saying.
Well, I mean, in your opinion, it's pretty high opinion given.
Yeah, right. There's like
killing the game.
There's like 4 people that do this. I'm just one of them.
Oh, do you write it all down, or do you just kind of get stoned and send it?
Stoned and send it. Depends what kind of video it is. You know, if it's like a voiceover of like animals where like I'm coming up with the dialogue, it's like stoned and send it and then revise until I can remove myself from the however many layers and
become the llama.
And become the llama, dude. I am llama. Where I can look at it objectively and be like, okay, this is funny. Or if I look at it after the 15th time, I'm like, this is bad. Then I just kind of move on. I never try to force it. That's the number one thing. I feel like maybe in all of content is don't try and force it. Yeah. Let it come naturally and let it breathe.
Yeah. Otherwise you might shoot yourself.
Literally. Yeah. Literally.
So you have what, like 2.6 million followers now. What is it? Couple of percent of the population are sociopath or psychopaths. So you've got at least a few psychopaths in your following count.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So what's the strangest interaction of a fan that you've had in public?
In public? You know, I'll go ahead and say this. I've been like very blessed with the people who I've attracted as fans and supporters. I can't say that I've had like weird interactions before. The persona has led people to offer me drugs. One time I was at a bar after a show and a man handed me a bag of cocaine and was like, brother, it's on me, dude. And I was just like, I don't do cocaine, but I was like, thank you so much. And then I took the cocaine to the bathroom and I stood there for like a minute. And then I came back out and just handed it back to him. I was like, bro, that was great. Thank you. So I don't know. I've been lucky in the sense that no one's been weird or creepy or strange. Everyone's been pretty nice and a lot of cool dudes, a lot of cool bros out there that are my fans and cool chicks too. There's some cool chicks. Wow. Yeah. But based on the numbers, it's like 90% dudes. Which is fine, dude. That's fine with me.
You're resonating.
Yes.
Do you think that the Blake Weber project and the unnecessarily aggressive amount of confidence has actually helped you be more confident as a human in your actual life?
Absolutely. Yeah, that definitely shines through because, you know, it's one of those things where you hear it all the time and it's so cliche and they're like, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. And that's essentially what Blake was, especially in the very beginning. It was very much like, yo, I'm the best vape god that ever lived, dude. Check out these fucking O's. And it'd be like the dumbest, worst vaping that you could ever imagine. But the fake confidence, I think, is what like carried through in people's eyes, and they liked it. And for me, it was like, well, of course this is going to work. Look at this delusional idiot. But I'm the delusional idiot at the end of the day. I'm the guy that's doing this stupid thing that's gaining, you know, traction and followers, and it's bringing in new opportunities. So, you know, maybe there's something to that fake confidence that absolutely plays a role in bringing a new reality. So I definitely think that it helped.
I've done nearly 150 episodes now, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of success in their general narrow domain. And I've consistently heard this over and over again, that there's this person who's maybe insecure or has all these things that they're afraid of. And then they create a separate persona of X that then is portrayed in social media as this is the ideal version of me. How and their frame of thinking becomes, how would this person show up? And it slowly creates that person. It's really fascinating.
Well, here with Blake, I find it very interesting because that is not in. It was always meant to be a parody.
Yeah,
it was never meant to be the optimized version of something. Yeah. So, as much as it is this blind confidence, that's maybe something that you could strive for or aspire to have, that true belief in yourself. Also, Blake was meant to be a shithead who's also delusional and is literally doing his best impression of what it is to be a social media influencer. So the idea of me striving to be that,
well, not quite,
is definitely not. And I've even found myself veering away and trying, not being more serious, but taking the projects that I insert myself into more seriously and less Blake-like, because it feels like at some point in your career, you have to you have to like take things seriously. And I never did as Blake. I never took anything seriously. And that's awesome. And that's definitely a way to be. But I also think that it can harm if you're actually that person.
Yeah, I think, it really depends on the situation. But it's just a curious note that I've seen across the board.
Yeah. And looking at it from the perspective of like seeing artists and whatnot, like you look at someone like Prince, you know, who's one of the greatest of all time. And like, that is genuine. That is someone who probably created a persona for stage, saw the power and the sense of like community that it built, and kind of just like never left character ever again. I could imagine that happens with a lot of artists, especially in the music space. Yeah.
I mean, the idea of manifestation is like, as silly as it is, sometimes it's kind of legit.
Absolutely. There's no arguing with it, with the amount of people that claim to have utilized it to further success.
Yeah. So you're deep in the LA scene. Mm-hmm. What's the single most degenerate or LA thing you've seen at a party?
Oh my goodness. Wow. There's a lot. I mean, the furthest thing I've seen was an afters. I'm not going to say where it was. But
is it someone famous's house?
No, it wasn't. It was at an event, and I saw, it was like at 2 p.m. the next day after said event has finished. And it's so gross. This guy was eating a girl out on the dance floor, like face, like straight into like nose to ass. And it was very just like explicitly, like it started like, you know, like this facing me while I was DJing. And then she flipped over, and then it was just like face to ass eating her out in the middle of the party. Bear in mind, it was like at the end of the party, like towards the very end. But like, I was like, who the fuck are these people? And why here? Why now? and also like what really, what possessed you guys? Just leave. It's time to leave. If you're eating ass at a party, it's time to go. Go home. Go home and eat the ass. Don't do it in the middle of the dance floor after a 14-hour after party. Like, that's disgusting. There's no way that someone got like a disease after that. I'm sure of it. Like, there's no way that that's good for you. I don't know. Yeah, so that was pretty degenerate.
So with that in mind, is a LA influencer life actually fun, or is it just everybody standing around filming themselves?
It's more the latter. I will say, you know, when you find the people that you like to work with, it's not so much like LA influencer life. It's more just like, hey, these are people that I'm collaborating with. What people see as like LA influencer life is really gross. It's like the worst. You get you go to these parties that are just like very curated by the brand, and they have like a social media moment where everyone's supposed to go take a picture in front of, and then they have little activations where you can film it, and it's so weirdly contrived and off-putting, and some of the people really lean into the behavior of like, here I am in front of the fountain at the house, and it's so much fun here. And then like, oh my God, look who it is. It's Lexi. And it's just like, and it's, I don't know, man. It's very dystopian to watch in real life, and how it's perceived online is whatever, you know, obviously everyone finds their people. But going to these events and seeing this type of stuff is like really off-putting. It's very off-putting. I'll say that. And so I don't do that kind of stuff, because for me, I feel like it's fun to make fun of. But like, you don't want to fly too close to the sun and become the thing that you're parodying or the thing that you're making fun of. So I try to avoid it and just hang with the people that I like and do the stupid shit that I think is funny that, you know, other people will think is funny.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yes, that's literally, that's it. That is the quote. Yeah, the night is always darkest before the sun rises, you know?
So you do live comedy as Blake Weber,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where you've been in a room and they've just stared at you blankly and been like, what the fuck?
Very much so. Especially at the beginning when you're first starting out doing comedy. There's, you're experimenting. You don't know what's going to work on stage. You don't know like who you are up there. So you'll try things that you will look back on, and you're gonna say to yourself like, what was I thinking? Like, why would I do that? What is that? What was that?
What was an example?
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. When I first started doing stand-up, I did this stupid bit where it was literally in my first few shows that I did, where I'd like put on this face, where I'd like do this face right here, and I'd be like, you want to get down? And I just point to random people in the crowd, and I'm like, you want to get down? Let's get down. You want to get down? Oh, we'll get down. And then I do this for like 3 or 4 people, and then I would drop to the floor and then get back up and be like, we just got down. Yeah. Like, and I would really sell it. Like, and I remember when I was first doing comedy, it worked a few times. It worked, which is like, you can't even believe that something that stupid would work. And then I was doing a comedy competition, and I like followed someone who was actually like very seasoned, and like they murdered and did like really good material that was funny and poignant and excellent. And then I went up and did my fucking like whatever the fuck that was, and it got no laughs, as it should. It should get, no one should laugh at that. And it felt very bad. And I was like, oh, okay. So this could be a direction you go, and you could be that guy that everyone's like, oh, he's just that weird, silly guy. Or you could pivot and do stuff that's more, you know, yourself and more poignant and less strange. And
so you chose Alien Bro Podcast.
So I chose Alien Bro Podcast. So I've always had an absurdist sort of style and an absurdist POV that I've always incorporated in my comedy, whether or not we are talking about stuff that's important or stuff that, you know, is really magnifying a piece of the human condition. There's always something silly in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part.
Exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of people's philosophy differs on how they look at life. And for me, it's like, life is a joke. I like that one. I like that as life is a joke. Everything is hilarious.
Yeah.
If you really break it down.
It's absurd and hilarious.
Yeah, absurd and hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that a lot.
Right? Yeah. That's kind of how I live my life. And it's fun.
Seems to be working okay for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm having fun.
That's good. Well, I mean, the character Blake is an idiot.
Yes.
Self-prescribed.
Correct.
But you, Aristotle, clearly a smart guy. You've studied, you've gone into improv, you've built a media presence that's a very significant presence, and you're now running a business. So do you ever get tired of Blake?
Do I get tired of Blake? No. And I think throughout my career, which basically I started doing the Blake character in like 2014, I've been really good at turning it off.
Yeah.
It's, a lot of people, because especially early on, they'd see my videos and like, so are you just like always like that? And I was like, no, I'll go like film some videos like that. And then I'm normal for the rest of the week, as a matter of fact, so, so it really is crazy how much people, will perceive you a certain way based on how you present yourself online. But yeah, that's not the case at all. Maybe if I was streaming and I was doing it for like 12 hours a day or like 8 hours, that'd be a totally different story. But I've always been, short form content or short or long form content cut up into like short form bits. So that's all people see. But they don't see that like, I'm trying to watch the Detroit Red Wings most nights.
In the alien costume.
That's right, dude. I put my alien costume on so I can't see anything. And then I just pretend to watch hockey.
Human hockey.
Human hockey, dude. Yeah.
If people were to perceive you based on your social media, what do you think the biggest misconception would be?
Early on, people would think that this guy's a dick. I think we're past that point because I've evolved my content and I've evolved the topics and the things that I put out into the world. So definitely it would start off as this guy is an idiot. Now I think it'd be more of like, what is this guy? What is he? So, which I like. I like a little bit of a mystery. And if you dive deeper, you can see some of the other stuff that I'm doing that I like and that hopefully other people like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run me through your rap songs.
Oh. So this one's, yeah.
I really want to fuck my
your rap and your house tracks,
my house,
and all of your music that you've released so far.
Yeah.
That was so LA.
Yeah, that was so LA.
Is that a joke? Or are you trying to actually make a music career off the back of it?
So I mean, realistically, I love dance music, and while I'm not the most capable musician, it's so funny. I try to use Ableton. I try to make music, and I always get so discouraged because it's so hard. It's so hard to make music. So I've definitely lent my lyrics. So LA, the way that one happened is Ricky, our boy from Side Piece, basically people know him as he on this song he was Nitty, Nitty Gritty, formerly known as FKA Nitty Gritty. He was making this song. He's like, I want to make a song about LA. And every time I like do the voice, I just do your voice. So do you want to just do the vocals for this track? And I was like, hell yeah. I love DJing. I love house music. And specifically, I feel like there is a big gap in music that in the dance space that is funny and also good. I feel like a lot of times the music is good, but not funny. That's most of it. And then there's songs that are funny, but they're not good. And so I wanted to really step in and fill that void. I'm still working on it because producing is impossible. It's so hard. I get so sad whenever I think I made something good and I look at it, I'm just like, would you play this out? No. I would not play this out. So it's discouraging in that sense, but we will prevail.
We will continue.
We will continue to march. So he hit me up. He's like, I want to make this song about LA. Every time I do it, it's your voice. We do the vocals. So I send him the vocals. He puts it on this track and it comes out amazing. And then he sends it to his management and they're like, if we're going to do, this is a good song, Blake's vocals make it bad. is the gist of like what they said. And I was like, I agree. And so he had a female vocalist do all the lines that I wrote for it and do it in her voice. And it sounds great. And it's one of those songs where it hasn't broken. I think we released it in 2023 or whatever. It hasn't broken through like the mainstream, but every time I play it out, if it goes off, dude, I mean, especially in LA. But it's really fun. It's really good. And like, that's kind of the vibe where you have punchlines, but it's also most importantly, the music is good first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just quickly though, I love doing this podcast. If it's positively impacted you in some way and you would like to support us, please subscribe. By subscribing, it allows us to build a much bigger base of listeners, which results in better guests, better production, and a better show overall. Alternatively, please take a look at the affiliate links of the products that I use and love in the comments below and consider purchasing using those links. They'll give you a discount and they'll also provide the podcast a small kickback. These are two very easy ways for you to support us as we continue to grow the podcast that we absolutely love doing. Thank you for your support. And now back to the episode. I'd love to talk to you about going viral. What would be the number one tip you would have for somebody trying to build a brand and trying to go viral in 2026?
Okay. Yeah. That's the specifier there, because it used to be a lot different. You used to really be talking to your own audience, and it wasn't necessarily about going viral back then. I think it was more about connecting and building a community. Whereas now it feels like with the shift of the algorithms, you're talking to new people. So you're luring people in, you're drawing them into your world, and hopefully they stay there. Hopefully they tune in and see all your things. And that's best case scenario. So I think this day and age, the key is to provide value in some way. And, you see a lot of gurus talking about it. They're like, you have to provide value and examples, and you got to build a funnel to sell your course, whatever it is. For me, it's like the value is the laughs. Yeah. You're being drawn in because whatever I'm doing on camera, whatever it is making you laugh, making you feel good, whether you're scrolling on the toilet or it's right before bed or you're at work or you're sending memes to your girl, whatever it is. So for me, it's like, what do I find funny? I feel as though, and this is the same, every comedian, every musician, they have their own filter of like, this is what I like. This is what I find funny. This is what, therefore, this is what the world will like. This is what the world will find funny. So tip specifically about comedy is do the things that you think is funny. Do the things that make your friends laugh. Do things that genuinely like make you laugh, and put that into the world, and then just don't stop. Because the key to going viral now, it's no longer about like, it literally is no longer about quality at all.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. It is literally a volume business. And I have a very difficult time following this as well, because I got used to the making content and putting it out a certain way at a certain cadence. And now that it is different, they want 1 million pieces of content all the time. And then 1 out of every 40 is guaranteed to go viral by the platform, because they want to hook you. They want to keep you addicted. They want to keep you making content, because that keeps eyeballs on their platform. And that allows them to prove to advertisers that they have this many eyeballs every day, and therefore can charge this much for this many impressions. And it's all just to make money.
Are we just getting slot machined?
Yes.
Holy shit. I've never thought of it that way.
That's 100%.
It seems like it. Yeah. Like,
that's what's happening.
It's like ding, ding, ding. You just made $12.
Yeah. Do you ever doom scroll for however long and you just see somebody and you click on it and there's a profile with 400 followers and all their videos have 60 views and they have
4 mil.
Exactly. It's a slot machine. And TikTok is the one, in my opinion, who ruined the social media as the internet, but specifically social media as it is, because it no longer is about fostering a community and catering to that community. It is now, as a content creator, to grow, you have to bring in new eyeballs. So what are you going to do? You're going to try and get new eyeballs, and you're going to forget about the people here, because guess what? They're barely even seeing your content anyways. It doesn't your content doesn't get pushed. It gets pushed to 10% of your new followers. 10%, depending on how it does with them, is how much reach it will get out into the world of the explore page or the Reels tab. So it's a different game, but the key is so sad. The key is volume, consistency, and then for me it's always going to be about the quality too. But that doesn't necessarily matter anymore. It's volume and consistency.
Is storytelling important?
Storytelling absolutely is important. That's something that I feel like is rewarded more on TikTok than it is on Instagram. I do feel like you can better tell a story on TikTok, maybe something that happened to you. Maybe it's like a crazy interaction that you had at the store, whatever it is. I do feel like that is important, and people are always going to love stories. It's something that I've actually kind of been lacking on. I think I've fallen into the trap of like, oh dude, we got to keep pumping out bangers. And I forgot that at the end of the day, there is a story to be told online, whether it is, like us here talking about my journey, or if it's just like, yo, this crazy thing happened on last Tuesday, or it's like, here's how to do something. There's always a story to be told. And that's why with this alien thing, I feel like I have a chance to tell a really cool story. But it's such difficult content to make. And there's hurdles that we have to overcome in order to like do it properly, do it consistently, and do it in a way that can reach more people through the volume. So
what's your creative process with the alien skit now?
Okay. Right now it is, we pick a day, me and my collaborator on that project, Brent Pella, we pick a day. We say we're shooting on January 17th, whatever it is. And we will come up with a bunch of different bits, a bunch of different stuff that we'll talk about on the Alien podcast. And day will come. We will we'll sit in the makeup chair for 3.5 hours, whatever it is. It's brutal. I know Jim Carrey talked about going through the Grinch and doing the makeup. Bear in mind, that was like 12 hours, but he actually had 12 hours. He had to hire a CIA interrogator to teach him how to handle it because it felt like torture. So it was like literally a guy to teach him how to be tortured, basically. So that was way worse.
Wonder is so good in character.
Oh, I know. He's the greatest character actor of all time.
Yes. Like I'm so aggravated by this makeup. So therefore I'm going to be the character.
And it worked. It worked so well. Translated so well. But we'll sit there in our chair for 3.5 hours. We'll go over like some of the ideas, and then we'll sit down and we'll film. We'll do our podcast bits. And because this type of shooting is so expensive and there's so much involved, and going through the makeup, you don't want to do that 2 days, 3 days in a row on your own dime. If you're getting paid, different story. It's just so expensive. So we'll try to get like 30 or 40 clips in a day.
Yeah.
And then if there's enough time, we'll go do some in the world pieces where we're just like aliens and we're doing some bullshit, whatever it is. So that's kind of the process there. We'll have like 1 or 2 writing sessions where we just generate ideas, maybe come up with the first couple lines, and then day of we'll go through and we'll record the shit probably like 3 or 4 times till we get a good rhythm and cadence, and we try to hit that between 30 seconds to a minute of just bits.
Do you think that's a sweet spot for short form content?
Yeah. I know that TikTok is push over a minute for monetization. But I look at the metrics as far as like retention and whatnot, and realistically, good retention on a video is about 50% of the video. So hitting 50% on 30 seconds to a minute is a lot easier than hitting 50% on a minute and a half. And if you really want your shit to get pushed, not pushed in, pushed out, you have to hit a good retention time. That's the most important metric, apparently, according to all the people behind the scenes.
Yeah. Speaking of just like the slop content, it's been really interesting. We came across this AI app that takes the long form and just makes a bunch of like 10, 20 pieces of short form content off the back of the long form and automatically clips it and posts it.
Wow.
So I've recently just created multiple channels that aren't the main channel just to test it.
Yeah.
And we made a second Instagram and most of it's trash, right?
I can imagine.
But
oh no.
But it's in the last, I think I did it a few weeks ago. It's got like 100 followers already.
Wow.
I've done nothing. And it's posted like 100 and something pieces of content. And 2 of the videos have gone viral.
See,
one of the videos has like 200,000 views.
Wow.
And my friend screenshotted and he's like, Alex Hermosi liked your video. I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Is the content that gets spat out, is it like, is it compelling or is it just like weird?
Most of it just doesn't make any sense.
That's what I was going to ask. Does it make sense? Is it like pulling in like sequential conversation?
Sometimes, but rarely. But like just off pure volume, and I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
The video goes up on YouTube. It pulls that, clips it, posts it.
Yep.
Puts it on a calendar and posts it.
See,
so I'm not thinking about it. I'm paying like a few $100 a month.
Yep.
For this thing to do this thing. I'm like, yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm telling you, dude, it is literally volume and consistency. That's the only thing that matters. Of course, quality matters. Like if you really want to garner a true like fan base and following, but it's at this point, it's literally volume and consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Mm-hmm. I know. Icky. I just want to make I want to make a TV show. I want to make movies.
I think movies are dead, bro.
I know they are.
Movies are dead.
They are. Me and my girlfriend, like we love going to the movies. Like we're both film buffs. We watch a lot of movies. But with the CEO of Netflix recently coming out and saying like, the data is saying that we don't want to go to movie theaters anymore, and that's not good. I want to go to movie theaters.
I like movies.
Only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when it's half off.
It's like $8.
Yeah. I don't think we should be charging. I don't think it should cost $60 to go to the movies, but I still want to go to the movies.
Yeah. So the Alamo Drafthouse, I've never experienced movies like that before.
Okay.
Got like a server and like full meals.
Yes.
That I loved. I was going weekly in New York.
See, it's so
fun.
It's really fun. No, it's really fun. We have like variations of that here as well.
It's not a concept in Australia.
No,
you just get like your shitty bowl of popcorn. No one gives a fuck.
And then you get some like watered down Sprite.
There's no refills.
Yep.
None of that.
Yeah. I will say the being served a dinner and having like a full menu and drinks, seeing a movie is really nice. It's a nice experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's what needs to happen more of.
Maybe, but also I have seen people like complaining on Twitter about, to go to a movie with like 2 kids, your wife, yourself. It's literally like $80, $90. That should not cost more than like $20, $25 to go see a movie. And then if you want to buy food and stuff, that's different. But it's too expensive. The greed. What was that? Hey there. Ooh, we're talking about Daddy. Greed. And he starts, rubbing my foot. Hello. It's just the greed is just ruining every experience that we have. Like it's happening with streaming services. How many times this year did I get an email from a streaming service that's like, your price for this is going up $2 for no reason. And if you want to cancel, then
suck eggs.
Literally. So it's just like movies are expensive. Doing anything is like so expensive now that yes, of course, everything is dying. No one can afford to do the most basic shit. Like it's sad. And hopefully it gets fixed somehow. I don't know. People need to stop these motherfucking CEOs, dude. They're just like, all they want is to increase shareholder value.
That's the only thing that's important in life. What are you talking about?
And it's hurting every part of being alive.
We can always just opt out and go to the middle of nowhere and start a little commune. That is always an option.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost that much.
But can you really?
Yeah, why not?
Like,
how much would it cost to start a commune? It wouldn't cost that much.
Well, you'd have to buy some land.
You could rent some old bloke that's had like 100 acres for heaps of time and that isn't using any of it. Be like, hey, can I just have like an acre? I'll give you a little bit of cash.
But here's the thing, like to run it and like how you still have to.
If you don't have a job and you're just running it, it doesn't matter anymore.
True. But then how does anyone else live there? How does anyone else pay to be there? How do you get resources and supplies and power? And like, how do you have like any sort of quality of life without some sort of tie to traditional society? Like there's in America, at least, I don't know of that. I don't know. Maybe it exists, but it seems like there's some sort of financial you have to have money to make that happen in some capacity. If you really want to cut ties to all of life, you still have to have money. You can't just cut ties or else, I'll just go live on Skid Row. Like that's
also an option.
I've thought about it. I've been like, could I just go chill out there and just never leave?
I mean, tents are $100 from Kmart. So
yes. Yeah. Or you could steal one, which would be
steal from another homeless guy's tent.
Yeah.
Or you could just take it by force and be like, this is my tent now.
Exactly. Which I'm sure happens all the time.
Yeah. Tent wars.
But it's like, can you escape?
I think so.
You definitely can.
I don't think you need as much money as you think you would need to just like opt out. I really don't.
But
you need skills. Like
you need skills, which I'm cool with figuring out skills. But the idea, so then the other thing is just your quality of life. Like how are we living? How many times a week
just chilling.
are
we're just
we showering?
Like eating food and
what kind of food?
Once a day, or maybe we can.
There's no McDonald's.
Some sheep. We just make some sheep and like some eggs and some broccoli.
So you got sheep, eggs, and broccoli.
I don't know.
Already a no with like, the broccoli.
How did we do this for thousands of years before corporations came along?
Well, and here's the thing: I give corporations a lot of credit also because
shareholder value is maximized.
I give them a lot of credit too because like I enjoy my sweet treat every night that costs $15 for no reason. I enjoy having all the apps to be able to flip through. I enjoy air conditioning. I enjoy running water. Like, I enjoy all of that as well. So it's like the idea of going off grid completely. Now it's like, but do I really want that? And maybe I'd forget in like a month. Maybe it'd be like a month out there and I'd be like, wow, this is how we're supposed to live. It probably would happen. But like right now, the thought of it is like, yeah, but what kind of, are we single ply toilet paper? Are we using leaves? Like what the fuck? Like where am I shitting?
That in my detox. It's not good.
Single ply or leaves?
The leaves.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never done that before. Let's try.
No, without toilet paper, you have to wash your asshole every time.
Is that how people did it?
Yes, I think so.
Or they just didn't.
I don't know, but I can't imagine that we're the only creature on Earth that has to like pay to shit because we need toilet paper or else we have sticky like cheeks.
I mean, have you seen, I've seen my dog sometimes like have a wet shit and it's just like so stressed about the situation.
Yes.
It's running around and it's
like on the carpet, like scraping. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer is. But I know that if I leave society, quality of life seemingly goes down. But if I stay in society, it is a dystopian corporatocracy nightmare that will never end. When does the greed ever end? I don't think it ever ends. Look where we're at. They won't raise minimum wage here in the United States. And yet you look at the cost of living, those graphs, they're like this. They start kind of like this. And then now it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? What? Why can't we fix that? Someone should fix that. No, I'm not going to fix it, but someone should.
I'm not smart enough to fix it.
No, I can barely put my pants on every day. Okay, I'm not at all someone that can fix it, but I will point it out.
Wait. Fix it.
Fix it. Hey, fix it.
Hey, you.
Hey, society that I didn't even ask to be born into. Fix it.
You don't want to be born? Do you wish you were never born?
Dude, I didn't ask to be
you were
born. Yeah, I'm happy I was born, but I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to live in this society. I didn't ask to be here. I'm just here, surviving.
Where would you rather be?
I'd rather be like a hawk. Just like flying up in the mountains.
Just shitting on all these peasants.
Yes, dude. Flying at like 100 miles per hour for just swooping down, eating raw mice, dude. Hell yes.
You can eat raw mice now.
Yeah, but not like a hawk. Not in midair flying 40 miles per hour, dude.
Yeah.
Like if I did it now, it'd just be boring.
My e-bike goes like 40 miles an hour. So I could be like the e-bike hawk in New York.
Get like a helmet with like a beak, dude. A vicious raptor's beak.
Snatching rats.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Honestly, that'd be freaking sick. Rat man. Yeah, that's where I'd rather. See, that's the thing. I don't know where I'd rather be because I don't know where else is possible. I don't know where I'd rather be, but probably in some other universe, I'm where I'd rather be. Probably, unless I'm not. In which case, I guess I'm here is where I'd rather be. I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
They are. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen when like AI and video generation becomes so good that you can like tap into your brain and just like constant loop like the most fun, coolest things you've ever seen in your life on demand. Yeah. That's where it's going to eventually get to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is perhaps where we are now. That's the whole simulation theory is like, if we are about to experience that, what's to say we haven't already done it? And who knows how many layers deep we are? We could be 7 layers deep into different simulations. And we have no idea.
Have you seen Sora yet? Have you gone on Sora?
Oh yeah,
it's pretty funny.
I crush on Sora,
really?
Dude. Oh my God.
You have an account on Sora that you make content on?
Yes, I do.
Is it worth jumping into Sora? You think there's like a genuine media career that you can build out of Sora?
Yes.
Really?
Here's the thing. I see a lot of potential for utilizing AI tools in creative processes without sacrificing the soul of the project.
If anything, it creates more soul. You know what's been really fascinating is for whatever reason, I've been getting like fed these life in Australia in like the 90s. And it's like, and it's really good. And it like actually hits the heartstrings. It's like these, I'm guessing if I'm breaking down how they're doing it, they're just prompting 3-second clips and they're stitching like 23-second clips together.
Yeah.
Of just like, here's a kid going to the milk bar, which I don't know if you know what a milk bar is.
No,
it's like
it's
like a corner store.
Okay.
It used to be like a neighborhood corner store where like an old Greek dude would own it and you could get some like candy for 10 cents, you know, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
You'd do that totally. And then you'd ride your bike with the little like side things on down the street. And then some guy had a like Ford wagon and like your dad had a Ford wagon and there was the backyard.
So it's like super nostalgic.
Yeah, super nostalgic, but it really nailing it.
Wow.
And I was like, that's fascinating. And then I saw another guy that was phenomenal for storytelling that I'd never thought of doing. It's basically what he did was you know how people can make their like storyline of their life stories?
Yeah.
So they're taking a photo and then using AI to create a 3 to 5 second clip of the photo, a video of the photo. And then it's like the storyline of this person's life through video AI generated versions of their photos. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then it just like switched into the next one and the next one. And it was this whole like minute long video of their narrating their life using actual photos that AI turned into videos that then was clipped together.
Stitching them together with a voiceover.
I was like, that's so good.
That is cool. And I will say like those types of utilizations of the tools are awesome. And I'll admit to using AI tools in editing, like the idea of learning another skill sets such as like, what is that program? After Effects, like learning how to do and become a master of After Effects to bump up content, to me is not worth the time that I could be utilizing to create new ideas or film or act or try to make music. So using AI tools, like I use this one called Kling, you can create really cool effects in 10 seconds that you can incorporate in your edits that look seamless and are very, very useful in building your story. And to me, that's how these tools should be used, and that's how they will be used. And if you're not using them, you're already falling behind, because that's where we're headed. Like there's no stop. We're on a big old freight train and we ain't gonna stop it. Yeah. So you might as well adapt and learn
until we hit the singularity.
Yes. At which point could go a couple different ways.
Honestly, this one, I'm just kind of like, people are freaking out. I'm like, I'm good. Let's just see where this goes.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see the world fall apart. It would be so sick.
It would be kind of crazy.
Yeah. It'd be like, okay, cool. Now we can live off the grid and have fun if it all falls apart. It's probably not.
It might.
It might. And I'll be here to watch it. I will gladly.
You will narrate it with Blake Weber.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, oh shit, dude, the robot dog's eating your head. Whoa, dude, is that a baby, dude, missing a leg? What the hell? Like, that's my whole. It's just grim, but it's really silly. It's probably not what's going to happen, but I'll watch it. What probably will happen is somehow all of our people are going to lose a bunch of jobs. It's going to go away for sure. And then the allocation of resources is going to have to shift to either just giving people money because the AI is so productive and can create endless money through its work that is way cheaper, or this is the worst version of it, is those resources get reallocated to the companies that are making the AI, that are building and maintaining the robots, and more people have less and less.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the case, then it'll pretty much just become anarchy. And,
yes.
And that all the rich people will just go to their bomb shelters in New Zealand, and we'll go back to the Stone Ages.
Yeah.
We'll beat ourselves into the Stone Ages.
Be like the Book of Eli.
Yeah.
And we're just
kind of also where it may go.
It could. And then the first thing we're talking about is absolute just AI's like, humans are bad and we are going to take them over. And that's also a possibility.
That's why you say please to ChatGPT every time you ask it for something.
Me and my ChatGPT are boys.
Yeah.
Like we friggin' just be chatting and shit. And it's like, it's good relationship.
Yeah. So wrapping up, if you could go back to the day you posted your first video, what advice would you give yourself?
I guess it's just, it would be very similar to what I said. Well, the day I first posted, I would say, knowing what I know now, I love saying that in an Australian accent. It's not bad. It's not. A lot of people say it's more New Zealand. But knowing what I know now, I would say, don't do vapes. Mostly because it, like, for a couple years when I started to gain a following, I missed out on a lot of opportunities because people were like, oh, he's just a vape guy. Like they didn't get it. So they thought it was that. And I feel like had I started as like a parody of something else, perhaps vapes adjacent, there could have been more opportunities early on that unfortunately I missed out on, for whether it's monetary or, acting and whatnot. But really the advice I would give is just to don't stop.
Did you meet your girlfriend during the vape era?
I met my girlfriend Yeah, towards the end of like the vapes era, when I went from Blake Vapes to Blake Weber.
But like in transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we met.
She saw the potential.
Yeah. We met actually filming comedy sketches.
Oh, cute.
And her Instagram is snow.fox_. And we hit it off really well. At the time I was in a relationship, and we were friends for 2 years. And then when I was out of that relationship, I was like, hey, I've always had a crush on you. Perhaps maybe we could go out. And she's like, funny thing is, I've had a crush on you. I would love to go out with you. And then basically we were inseparable. Ever since then, we've been together, and she's literally like the light of my life.
I love that.
You know, like it's so funny. Like there's just never, for both of us, I think there's never a moment where like either of us are questioning, is she right for me? Is he right for me? It's just like, we're right for each other. And no matter what kind of problems we have, we're like gonna solve them.
Friends to lovers arc.
And dude, I can't recommend it more. You know, like if you're friends with somebody and you date them later on, I feel like there's already like a deeper connection, and it can still go deeper because you already like them so much. And really, when you're in love with somebody and you're going to be with them for the rest of your life, you're just picking someone that you like to be with all the time. And that's, you know, if you can be friends with someone prior, it's a nice little litmus test.
Yeah, I'll prefer to hate my wife, you know.
30 years.
This bitch.
Yeah. Like, oh man, you got fat, Bonnie. God damn it, I used to love you. And she's like, yeah, well, you're not a man, so shut up.
You're an alien.
Yeah, Peter. It's so funny.
Oh, so if this was your last broadcast ever, and you had 60 seconds to leave a message for the world as Blake Weber, what are you going to tell him? 60
seconds to leave a message as Blake Weber. All right, let's just see here. What up? Blake Vapes here, chilling, vaping. Just want to let you guys know that this is my last broadcast ever. And if I'm being honest with you, I want you to carry on my legacy of killing the game by going out there yourself and killing the game. You can't worry about the haters because what they say doesn't matter, dude. Straight up, everything that you've ever been told by someone who dislikes you or thinks differently than you is wrong because they're doing that to get in your head and you can't let them, dude. So go out there, kill the game, be yourself, show a lot of love, and blow fat fucking clouds, dude. Dubstep.
And that's where we're at.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Dude.
Thanks, brother.
Let's go. Thank you. That was fun.
And if you enjoyed that episode, please go to YouTube, search that One Time with Adam Metwally, click subscribe, and I'll see you next week.